Hi everyone, welcome back to Manda T and Me, and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. Okay, Chapter 4 begins. I'm so excited. I don't know if you guys are as excited as I am, but yeah, let's get back into it. Grab yourself something cozy. Oh my goodness, do you guys see the date on this? May. Continue. You know, I think I'm good. You open your eyes. It's a new day, and you feel like shit. You were hoping some of your strength would return to you after a good night's sleep, but you just feel drained, as if you dug yourself out of that shallow grave. Your limbs heavy and your heart struggles to keep up with your movements. You feel like you've lost something that was important to you. I don't care what happens to me. I made the right decision, and I'll do it again. Yes, you did what had to be done. Who knows what would have happened had you left that ghost behind to fester? An involuntary shudder runs down your spine, but your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. Hey, just wanted to check in. Hope you're doing okay. Also wanted to ask if you heard from Stella. You check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. Haven't heard from her either. That's not good. I think we should try looking for her. Let's meet up in town. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. Let's take a shower. You might as well take a shower before starting the rest of your day. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. The hot water soothes your aching joints. Despite the state of the bathroom, the shower is a good place. As it rinses your body clean, you... Like, honestly, I'd probably still be thinking about that door in the clinic. You think about the door in the clinic. You're still drawn to it even now. You're going back there today. You're sure of it. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. Let's check the closet. You make your way to the closet. There's no denying it. The doll moved at some point since your most recent visit. But your long dead relative's creepy doll isn't the only thing that's different. Someone was in here. And judging by the residue that was left behind, you're pretty sure you know the culprit. That means he was in your room. But was he there while you were out the previous day, or did he enter while you slept, unawares, just a few feet away? Something to mull over for the rest of the day. Let's visit the opossum. You open the drawers. The two opossums stare up at you. They both have bread now. That's nice. Wave at them. They continue to stare up at you blankly in response. You close the drawers. This is their home now, and there's nothing you can do to change that. Let's head downstairs. Time to face our cousin. Sure, she'll be a treat. You find her in the kitchen, her shoulders hunched in a tight ball of anxiety. They're striking. This week of all weeks! And if I didn't have enough on my plate already. Your cousin has been ready for this. The next few days will wear on her, but anyone paying attention to this town would have known this was coming. Tabitha isn't one to have her head in the clouds. Have you heard anything from Stella? Kanika can't get a hold of her. No, but that's not exactly newsworthy. She tends to just disappear every now and then. She's tough. She'll be able to take care of herself. Do you want to talk about what happened last night? I didn't think making a deal with a ghost would feel so physically bad. I thought I was making a metaphorical trade. What are you trying to accomplish here? If you really lost years of your life to a ghost, you have no one to blame but yourself for making a bad deal. I like how we're not even going to address the supernatural, like, elephant in the room. We're just going with it. She's just like, yeah, a businesswoman to the end. She's like, ugh, you made a bad deal. Who just goes and makes a deal with an angry ghost? Why would anyone do something like that? Ghosts are real, and I can't get over that. Still sticking to the ghost story, huh? I really don't have the time to indulge you a little bit. You probably should get going, right? Yeah, I've dawdled long enough. Stay safe, no more hijinks. But let me know if you get into trouble, okay? Tabitha slips past you, her heavy boots thudding down the hall as she marches away to face her employees. Time to figure out the rest of your day. Alright, fuel up on PB&J. That is a disgusting looking sandwich. Estelle's MIA. Who knows when you'll get the chance to eat, and who knows just how much of your new affliction will affect your appetite. You make yourself a PB&J in anticipation for the long day ahead of you. And that's it. Time to head to town. You head to the front door and begin your trek down to town below. Is that rain? Oh. Yeah, a little bit. Whoa, look over here! And here! And this one! The birds sound differently today, muffled, like your ears are full of cotton. The dull sun shines down on the surrounding wilderness, seeming to wash the color from the world. But you're adjusting. Already your body is starting to accept the change that has come over it. To accept that this is how things will be from here on out. Glimpses of pale figures dot your periphery. You haven't seen ditchlings in the middle of the day before. They're getting bolder. To your surprise, a familiar face making its way up the path towards you. Hey, I was just coming to see you. Hope you were able to get some sleep after everything that happened last night. They don't say anything about your appearance, but you can see them taking you in, the light of day revealing your new features clearly for the first time. You doing okay? I'd do it again in a heartbeat. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Glad to hear you're coping well, though don't go throwing yourself at too many life-stealing entities from beyond. We're just starting to get to know each other. Keen eye or street smart? I'm not really... I don't think a near-death experience would make, at least, me flirty. You don't have to put on a front. Last night was a lot. I get it. I appreciate the concern, but I'm alright. You're talking to an expert at vibing. I know most folks would probably be freaking out or having some kind of existential crisis, but that's not how I deal with heavy stuff. Surprisingly enough, Avery is mostly telling the truth. They're fine. I mean, I'm not 100% chill today, I'll admit it. I kind of feel bruised, both physically and spiritually, if that makes sense. But that's just part of life, right? Nobody makes it to the end completely unscathed. And I'm glad my new emotional baggage comes from a ghost instead of some boring normal trauma. The supernatural angle takes the edge off a little bit. Have you heard anything from Stella? I haven't heard from her, though we don't text much, and I haven't checked with Winnie to see if she came in for an early breakfast or anything. But if you haven't from her, that doesn't sound great. Seeing her like that last night was awful. She's usually so unflappable. There's ditchlings everywhere now, even though it's daytime. Avery turns to survey the tree line. I noticed a few on my way up. They're kind of funny, now that I'm getting a good look at them, with their scrunched up little Shar-Pei faces. So, should I be worried about these things? I know they're a bad omen or something, but, like, are they dangerous? They're not going to eat me if I take a wrong turn, right? No, but you might get some eggs laid in your skin. Ooh, is that all they do? That doesn't sound too bad. I think I'll survive a parasitic larva or two. Just being eaten alive isn't on the table. I mean, is getting a parasite like that really any different than being eaten alive? They're still eating you, just more slowly, from the inside. Sure, I get where you're coming from, but that's a pretty big difference. If a mountain lion gets me, then it kind of just you know? I'm sure the wonders of modern medicine would be able to yank a couple of eggs out of me. Heck, maybe I'd even be able to let the eggs hatch inside of just having them removed. I'd be sad to kill the babies, but at the end of the day, if it's me or them, I gotta go with self-preservation. I was wondering when you'd finally say something really weird. I knew you seemed too normal to live here. Normal's boring. Hope that's not a deal breaker for our little friendship. Kanika and I are meeting up to look for Stella. You want to come? Absolutely. I told Winnie I'd be coming in late today, so I've got time. I don't know how much time, though. From what I saw this morning, the diner is hopping. It's absolutely packed with miners. They must be using it as a home base for the strike. Oh, by the way, there's a strike going on. I'm sure you already know that, though. I have to imagine Tabitha would have told you this morning. Let's head down to town. Yeah, good idea. That was obnoxiously loud. It isn't long until you once again find yourself on the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Manda, you made it! And you picked up Avery along the way. Hope you're both doing, like, okay emotionally. Yeah, I'm not too bad. That's good. I feel like I've got crushed by a steamroller or something. Joints all out of whack. Totally exhausted and super foggy. Mom has been insisting I caught a cold, and I wasn't buying it, but as of this morning, I've come around. It's definitely something beyond exhaustion, even considering the ridiculously stressful week we've all had. But I'm not going to let that stop me from looking for Stella. I think last night just pushed her over the edge. I know I've only known her a couple days, but it feels like she's a tendency to run from difficult emotions. Usually she just changes the subject, but I guess this time she wound up literally running. You're absolutely right. And as her friends, we can't let her be alone at a time like that. I've made that mistake before. Plus, she could get mobbed by those weird little creatures, or worse. Exactly. This is no time for anyone to be off on their own. Who knows what kind of weird stuff is out there? After the past couple nights, I wouldn't be surprised if there were actual Bigfoots in the woods, just waiting to eat any human who wanders off too far from civilization. Do Bigfoots thirst for human flesh? Is that some kind of common knowledge I wasn't keyed in on? I wouldn't be surprised, is all I'm saying. Okay, let's get started. I don't want to waste another minute. Where first? Let's check out the church. The church, why? I see what you're thinking. Stella was confronted with evidence of the afterlife, so she might be trying to get into all that religious stuff. It's worth checking out. I think we've been barking up the wrong tree, but I guess you're right, there's no point in not being thorough. I wouldn't mind stocking up on some holy water while they're there. Seems like a good idea to cover all our bases at this point. I don't think Baptists do the holy water thing, but I'm sure Pastor Daniel would pretend to bless some water if it meant keeping us around a little longer. It's good enough for me. Let's not linger, though. I don't want him thinking we're possible converts. Kanika leads the way, taking you up the gradual slope towards the church. You know, I've lived here for a few years now, and I've never actually been to the church. That's probably for good reason. Where is that weirdo? My, 4 visitors at once on a Thursday? That's unprecedented. But there's only 3 of us. Oh no, we were followed by a ditchling. Were we followed by Wayne? Supple people! Oh, it's just Zane. What are you doing here? All the glimpses of death I've had in the past 2 days have forced me into the midst of an existential crisis, my dudes. I wanted to see if faith held any answers for me. Alas, I have not yet found the solace I seek. Give it time, Zane. It sometimes takes a while for the Lord to work his way into your heart, but when he does, you won't regret letting him in. Be sure to look over those pamphlets I gave you, and of course, I'm always here if you need to talk. Sure thing, Pastor D. Peace, y'all. Anyway, we're looking for Stella. She wandered off last night, and no one has seen her since. You or Janie haven't seen her around, have you? I can't speak for Janie, but I'm afraid I've seen neither hide nor hair of Stella. If you'd like to talk to my wife, she's over there by the alpacas. Though, Amanda, I was hoping we might be able to talk in private. What do you have to say to her that you can't say in front of us? Please, if you wouldn't mind, this is a personal matter. That's alright. We can get the juicy details later. I'd rather folks not prying on this. You know how rumors get started. It's okay. I'm happy to talk to him. If you're sure, I guess we'll leave you to it while we check in on Janie. We'll be right over there by the fence if that's conveniently in your line of sight, okay? Yeah. See you in a minute. Your friends head off towards Janie and the alpacas, leaving you alone with the nervous pastor. I'm so glad you decided to come up to visit me. So many young people these days seem to think they can solve all their problems on their own. Meanwhile, God is right there, ready to help them. If only they'd let him into their hearts. The pastor's eyes dart back towards the alpacas. Okay, good, they're gone. You're new in town. What kind of impression do they make on you? Am I creepy? I think your problem is that you keep telling people what to do instead of actually treating them like human beings. Like, have you tried inviting folks fishing or hiking? Have you tried throwing a party? Or do you just hand people pamphlets and tell them to think about the big man upstairs? That would require people to want to do things like fishing with me. I've put in the effort, you know. Janie is excellent at making friends, but they've all made it clear they're her friends. They try to avoid me whenever possible. I'm sure they've even suggested she divorce me. I don't know why it's so hard. I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh no, I sound bitter. I'm sorry. It's just that it's never been like this before for me. I had plenty of friends all through high school. It's like Scarlet Hollow itself just wants me gone. He's interrupted by the sound of snapping twig and a high-pitched giggle, partly muffled by the underbrush on the edge of the property. Tulip, come out of there. You know you're not supposed to play in the woods. Tulip glances back at the woods, quiet as she hesitates. Tulip, are you going to be good, or are we going to skip story time tonight? I'll be good. You don't have to skip story time. I don't want to go into the woods, I promise. I know you won't, Tulip, because you know it's too dangerous for little girls in there. Why don't you go help Mama with the alpacas? It's just about time they got fed. You can give them hay. Tulip smiles broadly, seeming excited by the prospect, and hurries off. Sorry to have a firm parenting moment just then. She's been trying to run off into those woods a lot lately, and it's really dangerous, even for adults. Ooh, I wonder if she's being drawn there. There's this massive trash dump not too far past the trees, but it must be at least 50 years old, so it's grown over and looks like it's part of the landscape. But if you accidentally walk onto it, you might find yourself falling into a hip-deep mound of rusty cans and broken glass. Tulip made up some imaginary friends and keeps telling us that they want her to go out there. Like the word of some fictional creature she made up is going to convince us it's a good idea for her to play in somebody's old garbage. But she's 7. Of course she would get some funny little idea like that. I'd love to get the community to rally around the big cleanup. It's about time somebody got rid of all that junk. Oh, Tetanus Lake. Stella told me about it. Tetanus Lake? That's an accurate name. I wonder if Tulip would stay away if I started calling it that, or if it would only make it sound more alluring. How big a trash dump are we talking? Would a weekend of hard work clear it up? Maybe if you had construction equipment and a team of professionals. It's a big area. I have no idea how deep it goes. In the meantime, I'll just keep making sure Tulip knows not to go near it. What were you saying about imaginary friends? Oh, she's just been talking about these friends of hers lately. Little stories about creatures that live in the church. I'm sure she saw some animal there and decided it was her friend. It's nothing to be overly concerned about, except the trash heap situation. This man is lying to you. In fact, he's been lying since the moment he mentioned these imaginary friends. Whatever his daughter has been talking to is real, and he knows it. Sounds like you know exactly what she's been talking to. Daniel's eyes go wide, just for a second. I don't? He does. He obviously does. He hunches his shoulders, his voice suddenly quiet. There are rats in the church. There, I said it. It's embarrassing. But she saw one at some point, and she can hear them scurrying around the walls, and she decided they're her little friends. Please keep this between us. Don't tell Janie. I don't want her to know the church is in rough shape. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Kanika and Avery walking back to the two of you. They must have finished talking to Janie. Janie says she hasn't seen Stella either, so we're going to get going. We better get going. Thanks for suggesting we head up there, Amanda. We got to feed the alpacas. They were so cute and soft. It was awesome. And Janie says she'll come by dinner with cookies for the miners, and a few extras for me, of course. Hope your talk with Pastor went well. Yes, we had a great conversation. I appreciate you all stopping by, even if it wasn't under the best circumstances. I'll let you be on your way. And I hope Stella turns up soon. I'll put in some good prayers with the big man for her. Alright, thanks. See ya. Kanika and Avery start back down the path towards town, and you follow. The smallest little church in Scarlet Hollow. Achievement unlocked. Alright, so let's save. What was that about? He seemed pretty intent on talking to you alone. Yeah, he didn't say anything weird, did he? I feel like the creepy part isn't, like, relevant. Tulip's apparently made some weird imaginary friends. We might want to check that out later this week. Kids make up imaginary friends all the time. Pastor Daniel says there's a rat infestation in the church and that the rats are her friends. I don't know, it seems weird. I should have known we'd have to deal with a spooky kid at some point. Okay, as much as I hate going back there, I guess there's a loose lead. If we don't have anything else to investigate once we found Stella, and Kanika pauses. Once we've checked out the clinic, then maybe we can look around that church. Sounds like a plan. Let's not get too distracted until we find Stella, though. Where to next? I guess Stella's house is the next, like, obvious stop. Oh, y'all not checked Stella's place already? I was too nervous to go anywhere by myself this morning, in case I ran into any other horrors from beyond the veil, so no. And I'm gonna feel really silly if she's asleep in bed. You make your way towards Stella's house, and that is where we are going to leave it until next time. Alrighty guys, well this has been so much fun. I'm really looking forward to continuing with this with you guys next time. And something tells me that Tulip's little friends aren't rats. So. Alrighty guys, well until next time, take care and happy sipping.